Hello and welcome. Right, let's take this back. Yeah. It's a sort of annoying in a way that I'm not ducking out. I am going to have another go at my fertilizer spread. I'm going to see if I can compare the XMLs. I might even ask Gemini if it'll check the two XMLs and see if there's anything obvious that I've done that would make this weirdness happen, that it will work. But to me it does suggest a game fault when it works sometimes and then I haven't changed it and it does something else completely different the time after. Because the one thing I know about obviously IT, really being IT, is that you usually have consistencies unless there's something inconsistent with the game itself. What I mean is you normally get the same result. In other words, it would be like if it was my mod that was faulty, it would be faulty all the time and it would never ever it would never work. So the fact that it does work sort of suggests that it's not really your fault, which is what I've always thought. But it is true. It worked exactly as I said it would. I came into the game last time, and the first thing it said was the fact that it's incorrectly attached, which is strange because the time before it worked fine. I lowered it. You don't always have to lower it either. It's sort of I get used to thinking, oh, this is not going to work, so let's lower it because it's got the best chance of working. But yeah, it's oh yeah, never thought about that. Let's just push that in a little. So 306 horsepower. What amazing. Ooh, that didn't work terribly well. Right, let's just stick this over. Yeah, I am still wondering, did I destroy Cavalier the way that this fills? And I did say this, yeah, when it says start filling. Ah, no, so it is really, yeah, a silo that you can actually... What is this bit here? What does this say? Yeah, water. Yeah, that's what it says, water. And we know that this is obviously, yes, yeah, so it is still possible that it is me that's done this. This much I do realise. Right, are our workers still working? Yes, I would say they are. Fantastic. Let's grab you. It's all growing nicely. Well, it's all growing nicely apart from what we're just planting right now, which obviously is not growing nicely. Still not got the Rawley Christie. Our money is really dropping low though now. It really is. It's I mean, what I mean is for the normal where you go into this and you see things. So I'm not sure how we're going to handle this now. Whether that's true actually, we could do. Yeah, what I'm trying to say is we sort of need to go back a step or two. I was thinking as well of simplifying this. If you've got 200,000, you can go for 20,000. If you've got 100,000, you can go for anything, I'd say. I'm not going to put any limit on that. But so 200,000, 20,000 objects. Anything below that is no. 300,000 and odd, you can go for 30,000 and odd. I'm not going to ever say 27,000 is all right if we need the money, that type of thing. So I think, as a rule of thumb, it's not really a terribly bad idea. But my real purpose of this is that you're not in the store all of the time, and that that's not the only. Because what I've found is on a couple of Let's Plays, I was living down in the store all the time, and it was oh, this is just really wow. They are doing well. So we want telehandler and tractor. Now those lights are still working, so it's not... No, it's true they are. Now I've commented those out, so I must have to nobble the i3D. I don't understand why they're working if I've commented them out. But they're definitely on. There's no denying the fact that We are like blinded by the light coming from the vehicle, which is a little bit odd. Again, to me, all I know about modding, and also all I know about IT, is if you comment something out in the XML, you like saying ignore this, don't take any notice of this. It's a comment. So I don't understand why the game would possibly like ignore you and just like the lights are still there. Oh no, we need this as well. That's all 3 items. Yeah, it is a bit odd. It is true. It seems to go against all I know of like programming, and it's just really strange. Fantastic, excellent. Right, we're not going to speed time up. Not while the workers are working. I don't want those. Yeah, not when I'm like, oh wow, now that's quite impressive. The way that they're like doing the, yeah, it is. I'm quite impressed. They're quite methodical. That was, and that's just a standard, normal AI worker doing a really good job. There's just the little bits in the middle, and I've got to be honest. This is, I mean, that's why I put the wheel weights on, because it really is quite difficult to do, as I know, because I used it myself not long back. So really, there's a sort of real knack to making this, so they are doing well with only leaving those tiny little things in the middle. It really, I would say that something as light as this, yeah, I was doing the same as well. I was moving slightly left when it's on the ground, because you can get away with it. It's sort of, the AI is doing exactly what I would do, which is quite impressive, really. I know I do call the game sometimes, but I've got to be honest, there are times like this where you watch it and it's quite amazing. Wow, and they're sort of, yeah, level pegging. Both coming quite nicely at the field edge on the last sort of stretch, both of them. It really is quite impressive when you see the 2 fields sort of side by side actually working. Right, now we've admired them for long enough. Let's just see. Yeah, so fertilizer is doing terribly well. No weed showing, no needs lime apart from a few little corners. No needs rolling apart from field 11. Oh, that is a point. I had forgotten about field 11. I thought we were leaving it for the back end, because it's the field we wish to stick. Like, oh, is it going to? I'm trying to think about the harvest. No, it needs one to be left ready to do the wheat. We know we're going to have to buy it this year, but it still needs to be left, because a lot of the harvests on this is late. Why are you going backwards? I was just saying how good I was impressed by you, and now you're going all the way backwards instead of like turning around. Like, that makes no sense at all. I take it all back. No, we'll give you the benefit of the doubt. We're not going to be like right, we'll take over the last little bit, but overall not terribly unimpressed. It was not bad at all. I love this. It really is a very impressive bit of kit. Yeah, it's a nice size. Again, with it being a draggy type of unfold job, it really doesn't care so much about the weight, whereas obviously the 9 meter that I've got, it's a little bit, it's a bit on the edge. For most tractors, you need to be a fairly hefty tractor, which is why I do like to use my normal, the weight and the front box that I've got with it that actually is that set in real life. You know, not in real life, the one in the game that does sort of come as a set. I've done that, modded that box, so I do love that. Yeah, before as a modder, it was the one thing I used to love about FS19 was those few boxes, the seed boxes, that you can just put seed, fertilizer, lime in, and I really like those particular type of box. So I'm really quite glad when I did mod, I immediately modded that particular section of stuff, really. Which, let's just check. No needs rolling. And being as they're the same kind of crop, well, I was just testing, just testing the game mechanics, because you say that, but like everything is not equal. So we got our stone done, we limed, I've got to be honest, this reminds me of Hobo's Hollow, one of my... It's true, I always talk about Hobo's Hollow because it was one of those Let's Plays that was, to me, quite a big thing, because as a content creator and as a player, really, it's, yeah, let's just keep it for a minute. There was a corner that I think was on the opposite side to this that it hadn't done, and this is what I'm on about. It really is a battle. It wants to, like, overturn and oversteer. Yeah, there's a few little bits, weren't there, in the middle. It probably was better to use the Valtra. Yeah, there's a few little bits that really need attention. Yeah, it sort of skipped now. It doesn't want to turn, and then it won't stop turning, and you have to, like, put it down like that, and it then stops it, like, oversteering and continually turning. It really does not want to turn at all. Sure, there was one corner as well that I saw that needed a little bit of attention. It's this corner. I thought I'd seen it. And was there something missing? There's two little blobs. They'll have to wait because this really is quite tricky to do. Let's just check and see. Is there anything obvious? There is on the opposite corner to this. Yeah. So that, ooh. It's one way to do it. Use that as a brake. Ooh, you got them both. That's a nice surprise. So, yeah, it is. I can see it. Yeah, it's weird. It is weird how, like, obviously with the game, I'd sort of begin to take pride in the accomplishment of, like, finishing a field fairly well. I'm not talking about perfection or anything like that, but yeah, I do, like, try and oh no, I forget, you've got to let it stop. Yeah, it is. It's that sense of finishing, you know, of, like, doing a good job and doing it properly. I do like that, and I have to do most of the time. Obviously, tiredness and all the such things get in the way as well. There's no perfect sort of way that this actually works. So we're going to grab most of this lot and shoot across the road. I think we're going to do it in a couple of hits, because I always find if you, like, taking 4 or 5 items, it really is quite cumbersome, and you sort of really introduce more chance of failure when you've got, like, multiples. I think that popped. Yeah, this looks like a ladies tractor with having the pink. I was talking earlier, one thing that's always impressed me was Mack Trucker's yellow straps. So I was talking to the AI about, well, how do I change the colour of the straps? But I also said, well, what would be the most effective colour? And then the AI was talking about, yeah, like in real life, reds, blues, light blues, frequently used. And I said, well, I've got to be honest, in the game, the colour that I find stands out more than any other is pink. And the AI said, oh, yeah, actually, yes. I've not really thought of that, but it's not a bad colour. So it gave me shocking pink. So you may be seeing shocking pink straps at some points, because I just think, why not? It just seemed to match a little. We didn't use very much, did we? Like, yeah, 5% seeds and like 13% on the yeah, I think we need my additional oh, my, it's a saving. Oh no, you did catch it as well. Oh, what was I saying about it? Like, yeah, now the headers are taking up a lot of the room here. I did sort of abandon ship. we lost the other worker. I think he's like, he or she has got snarled up on something as it came in, so yeah, I knew that was gonna. Right, let's grab the worker that's Anakin, who's like bulking at something. Right, okay, well, I don't know why Anakin, that was not that bad. It's hard to get past everything. Let's have a go. Yes, I think, I mean, I tried my best to put the wheel weights on. I thought, will that do it? But it's still not quite enough. I think the front box would be the solution for this, for the lighter tractors. And this, it's not a light tractor per se. Yeah, these are not very good with overturning. It's not supposed to be overturned. You've got to be a bit gentle with it. It's, yeah, just by design. Right, yeah, no, because that can get out. That's super duper steer of the SPV. It really is quite amazing. Right, so yeah, quite a large team now. We've got that other tractor as well, and that's of course is what's taken us down to 318,000 euros. So that is it. We are completely planted, including leaving the one field. We were talking about 13. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. It was a good idea. It's just that it would literally cripple us. I do like my thinking, though, about doing that. That would actually work. It's reasonable. Reasonable. But it again, we'd need to earn a lot more cash again. We really would. So then, let's take... I think with the... Yeah, I'm sure we did the animals, but let's just check. Let's just check. Yeah, I would say that that's fairly good. And they've just given birth. Oh, now that's gone up. They're now 1,400 for the 30. Now, obviously, at the minute, we're not getting rid of them. This is a big enclosure. So we do want these to increase somewhat. Might even buy some more. Do we buy some biggies? Or do we invest in this business? Or do we let it gradually grow like you probably would in real life if you were like just expanding? You'd let the natural expansion due to the pigs breeding quickly. So it is true, we could leave it. So let's go through till dinner time-ish. We've done everything. We just checked. A little bit further than I anticipated. Oh, okay. Oh, another Pascal quartz. And yes, that as well. That's the only other thing. I don't think we're... Yeah, let's go through, because we've got a bit of cash. So let's go through to tea time. Not too terrible. I've seen worse. Oh, yes. Brilliant. And while it is daylight, let's just pop down and sell those before it gets dark. No, that's the farmyard. We're not selling that lot. Right. Yeah, let's grab you. It starts very quickly, the electric version. Oh, it always catches me out. Yeah, the fact it's got railings. It's a lovely steer, this is. It's yeah, I've not had it since Riverside, Missy B's. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's right. Riverview is the cursed map that I always seem to be cursed on, that it never lets me like get. It's almost like it does not like me, that map, and I've always had issues, including FS25, yeah, no, including FS25. It was going at quite a pace, and then there were a couple of updates, and then the eggs problem that I sort of pointed out to Cavalier, and he said, no, honestly, it works. Well, it It was. I was right. It was a lot not. It was not working for some reason. And I also did it vanilla with no mods at all, just to make sure that it wasn't anything in my mods folder that was actually at fault. It really wasn't. So let's go through till lights on till like 12 o'clock in the morning. Still not actually got Royal Christie. That was a nice tickle. It was. Oh, I can see. Yeah, that beautiful bit of kit. I love this. Oh, and it's my favourite. It's the one with the tracks. Yeah, it's I think the 550 is the top. The other one, the untracked version, that can actually go. Oh no, you can get to 600 horsepower in this. Okay. Well, that's the one we're going to go for. Weights. Go on then. Let's do it. I did say there was room for one more, so there is. And sometimes you've just got to like go with it. I mean, it is true. I love this. It's one of my favourite tractors in the game. This older version of, it just is a beautiful bit of kit. And the tracked version really is my absolute favourite. So we've just literally, all that money we've just earned, we've just like literally, we've just blown it again on another tractor that we didn't necessarily need, but it is what it is. You've got to indulge yourself a little, I find. Otherwise, it really is like, what's the point? So let's just repair you and then move you out the road. Brilliant. Yeah, I do like the other one, but I just prefer the tracked version. It really is a little slower, obviously, but it really is a very, very good, a very powerful machine as well. Right, so we want to grab some lights on. Yes, I'm gonna have. That's one of the first times. Again, I'm on the weights not that the uni hit. Sometimes the only time it ever fails is if I'm not on the body of the telehandler or the actual front. It seems to fail if I'm on that, but not always, which is a little bit odd. Again, I keep talking about the game's sometimes a bit slow, like it's not always listening to you. So I'm wondering if it's that as well. That was a good price tick up. A good price for that, for actually doing that. So, right, let's go. We've already got a mover. We don't need another one. Not that it's wrong for you to have two of anything, but I do wonder if the Royal Christie's like broken. That 2% like has gone, because it is true. It's an awful long time ago, really, that we ordered it in time for like the beginning of the. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, that as well. And we can just afford that too. Fantastic. Alright, let's grab the telehandler first. Let's grab those. We should be able to just grab them and drag them backwards. Those lights are just so bright. Not sure if they're going to be in or not. We should see. Yeah, it's Thursday night. I'm absolutely shattered. I'd sort of like did try not to come on the game. I'd sort of sometimes I find you're so tired, so weary that you've got to try and do something to get out of the weariness, even though you really shouldn't. You know, like you sort of should, but it's like your body doesn't want to close down. But you're just tired, and you need like to assist it, even though you're really. I just was going to trying to get, but I sort of know my own patterns now well enough to know that I wasn't going to fall asleep feeling like I did. So I thought you just got to like soldier on a bit, I think, and like I've got quite a few bits of kit still though down this end, not with the windrower, the Anderson, a tractor. The liquid tanker, the Sublevimus header, yeah, the list goes on. The one thing I'm going to say, though, we really don't need a lot. There's a lot of things that we really do not need at all. So we've really sort of assimilated the cost of the tractor in. So we're in May, I would imagine that all of our fields are sort of like nowhere near ready. I know Field 9, we will, but we actually need the money to go up a bit, whether we were buying 13 or whatever, really. So growth is doing nicely. Field 10, the canola is going to be the first one that is ready. We can see that quite clearly. So that's going to be July, August, I think. Animals, that's not just like whiz through. We have got animals to, although we do have seen that they really are not going down very quickly. Yeah, no, they're not. And the slurry, obviously pigs are, although you've got your slurry and your manure, it's nowhere near like a cow. You really do not get anywhere near the same amounts. No, they're both happy. That's brilliant. So there's no worries with going through a little. So let's go through till about 1-ish or maybe 2. It is difficult if you go the 8,000 speed. It really is quite tricky to slow down. Is this a Giants one? Not sure. It's got a very nice hitch at the back, definitely. Yeah, Rolly Christie released a truck earlier, but I am being a bit choosy. If it doesn't have a rear hitch, I don't really. Obviously, the Giants one you can't really help but to have. Oh, that's right. No, that is ours. We did sell the other one. You know, that is our Pascal Courts, which its job is to do any lorry backs that we've got down here. So we could really actually sell that for now. We don't really need it anymore, because we've got that down instead to do exactly the same job. So, yeah, it's true. All right, let's go through till tea time. And we've got absolutely nothing, so let's go straight through till 12 o'clock at night. Oh, now that's another good tick up. I've got a couple of tick ups that are quite nice. The daily income from the ooh, okay. Ooh, oh God, I'd had a couple of these over the Let's Play. Yeah, I am wondering whether or not that's a good price. Although that does devour potatoes quite badly. I really like this tractor. It's got real character. It really has. It's Holes is a really good modder, but it really shines through that. Although it's really well made, as in like the mod itself is just fantastic. I really do like it. Oh wow, that's the 102 horsepower version. Yeah, they're very yellow, which they would be. I like it. expected it to change, and it really didn't do much. Yeah, and this is the thing that I didn't realise to begin with. And that was the fact that there are weights, because I found it was a little bit light. But to be honest, Holes has even thought about that. Yeah, it really is quite amazing. So, yeah, there you can a beautiful, beautiful thing. Attaches with, oh, it comes with a hydraulic control. I think we'll buy that. I do. I really think that's a. I was going to say it can have a front loader as well. And the prices as Holes normally, is it supposed to be a Ford? It's almost Ford colours. Why have we bought that? What, you know you shouldn't have bought it, really. I do get carried away with my tractors. I am a terror. Not that it exactly is breaking the bank. That's what I am going to say. It is nice to have a couple of little tractors as well. That it just is such a good steerer. It's so responsive. Yeah, you sometimes got to be a bit silly. Can't be sensible all the time. Although you should be sensible most of the time. Ooh, wow. Now that's not bad at all, is it? That is, I'm quite pleased with that. We could go the Grimmy as well, but let's just go through till... It's not bad. 9 o'clock in the morning. We'll just check the crops in a minute. So... Yeah. Oh, that's the big, the 24-metre one. Now, this is a good one that is quite compact. Yeah, and also not terribly long also. So, yeah, this is another. I mean, didn't we? I think we did buy the 24-metre one as well, didn't we? I'm sure we have got it. I'm sure we bought it. We'll have a quick look, because I don't want to lose it. But I feel sure that we did actually. Brilliant. It's weird, isn't it, how we've all got our own play style. I very, very rarely have a slurry tanker back for a lorry. I don't ever either bothered or... let's have a look in our vehicles. I'm sure it was... yeah, the Ironbot we've got. I'm sure it was a Lizard. No, not a Lizard. MacDon, Silo. No, it's not. No, that's Pottinger. Poitinger, I think, is the right way to rope voucher. It might be yeah, it might not be what I'm thinking. Pilatus, Flatbed, Colossus, Lizard 6. Now they've got, yeah, two of those. A cheaty version of that. The Cotty? No. We need to bring that as well back. We are running. That's it. It is the Horse. It is that one. We have got it, so we will sell this one. I don't think we need two versions of this, really. It is good, though. What I mean is I would have equally bought this one. I do like the one that we got, but I think the one I got was a bit too large for the map. But it is true. It is also, it's a beautiful bit of kit, but it isn't necessarily brilliant for an English map. It sort of is. It's just... Yeah, I think I'm right. I don't think it is really a good buy for an English map. It's an American one or some European maps where you've not got the fences. Perhaps it suits that, but I'm really not sure it does an English map or an Irish map for that matter. Now we're on the way. Let's just see if I'm right. If I... Yeah. Now I clicked. And then I clicked twice. So it is almost like even this, because this doesn't fail very often. I was singing its praises. It does seem to make a difference if you're on the rear, like the unihid. The game's not listening very well until you click it 2 or 3 times and then it does listen. So, yeah, we are selling that, yes. And 2 more items. Yeah, my plan was that the 2 little ones were the animal feeders, but the pigs are so good that we've not really needed one. So I think the other blue one that can go and do the other pig place, that can be the one that actually does the feeding and that. So it might look like I've gone mad, but there, and also there will be the sheep as well, is what I'm hoping. Yeah, I'm hoping this somewhat makes it up to people for the fact that I've dropped the ball a bit. I just feel I've got to draw a line in the sand and like let it slip, just for my own sanity, because which means I feel like I've let people down in a way, and I might feel differently in a few weeks. I am sort of getting back into the game. I am, yeah, I can manage as we are now. But I still don't feel... Yeah, this has come at the right time. This map, I'm really enjoying my time on it. So it's not a chore to come on. Even now when we're sort of getting quite advanced, quite big fields, this is normally the point where I'm like... Ugh. But I'm sort of playing this almost like we're doing a full Let's Play on it. Because I like it. I really do. Yeah, it's sort of... If it can reintroduce the love of the game back, and I'm doing my absolute utmost to sort of ignore the negative aspects, so I'm not moaning all the time. I've got to just embrace again. I think escaping for a fortnight back to sort of old style games that I would have played a long time ago sort of was a reminder, as if to say, well, I really don't want to be playing this type of game anymore. I really did feel that, so I'm glad that I did, and that I came back, but it sort of made me appreciate the game. Even with its flaws, it still is a good game. So, yeah, let's go through till dinner time. Not bad at all. No, this is very unlikely. But, yeah, no, the 4,000 one, even that, unless it has changed. I haven't bought it for a while. I just don't want to be, like, losing cash. Just for the sake of it, so someone's brought our old model back. No, there was something else. I saw it, 49,000. Fantastic. Let's get this lot done straight away. I don't want it to get to be dark. Yeah, I do apologise for it's so bright, that light. It's unbelievable, like having full beam reflecting from that. But I did, honestly, I have switched the XML. I went straight after the game and I commented out all of the lights. I really don't understand why that they're actually still shining through. To me, it's almost like the i3D. I've got to nobble them in the i3D to make them stop working. I remember from reading a little bit about the modding that lights are a bit sort of strange. Should just about be in. You've got what they call real lights, which are actually light sources. So maybe they're the ones that I've got actually active. Yes, and yes. And maybe that's what's different. So then this is where... So really, according to my rules, I should be only going for like 40 grand items or more, or near as damn it. Again, I don't want to like be so stringent. The rules are made just to sort of like streamline so that you're not like buying 10 grand items at this sort of stage when your money's going back up to like nearly 500 grand. When you go over it, I really think 50,000 items are the ones that we should be taking notice of. So let's go through till tea time. At least it stays lighter for longer now. Ooh, beautiful. I know. No, you're not having it. No, you can't have it. It is a very good price there for 511 horsepower. It is, but we have got 600 horsepower. I'm just reminding myself that we have actually got something in that caliber and that range. I know that can go higher, but what I mean is it really doesn't need to go any higher than that. Oh, got options. That'd be the rims. This should make us quite a bit of cash between these items, really. Yeah, obviously the months are going on, which is brilliant, but it sort of is meaning that our business, again, I mean, it is mainly this that has really enabled us to do pretty much all the businesses. Without this, I'd like to play one time where I play something like a pig farmer, but I only do the pig business as our only income, just to see how sort of tough it would be. I would imagine it's going to be really tough to make cash if you did that. I mean, the main income we've had this entire Let's Play has literally been due to this selling and buying of things. This has really been the one thing that's yay, fantastic. So we've gone over now. Let's have a quick look at the fields, because I'd imagine that our canola's ready in the morning. Yeah, I would say that that's fairly accurate. We were supposed to be grabbing the rest of the things out of the field, weren't we? But it seems that we haven't done that. Ooh. Fantastic. Oh, finally. Excellent. Yeah, we do want the capacity. We'll have it white. I actually quite like it. Yeah, it's not bad. So 62. We said 50 odd grand. So we have sort of just, well, we've only just gone under 500,000. So we should buy the 50 odd grand things only. Just to be sort of like, yeah, observing the range that I'm talking about. That's a very good price. Really good price. It is true, and it does fold well. I think we probably will. Let's do a swap. I don't care about the spare wheel. Swath curtain, not particularly bothered. Let's keep this on. I'm really not sure what that actually means. I apologise for my ignorance, but yeah, it's true. So let's move you out of the way, because you really are getting in the way a bit, really, if I can get past everything. And I think we'll sell our Merge Max, and I just prefer the extra sort of size of this, I think. Now, we don't really need any headlights on. Those lights are actually doing us quite a massive favour. Not very good in the daylight, but at night, they're quite a welcome addition. It's true, actually. Yeah. I was just sort of thinking, something like that. If I could sort of figure that one out, how I've actually done that, it's not a bad idea to have something like that as a light source, a mobile light source for the game itself. Because I'm sure it's not really supposed to do it. Sure, it's not supposed to. So finally, the Rory Christie has dropped, which is really good news. Yeah, I mean, would like to do that quite a bit. That would also bring the boarding factory in, which that would not make a bad business. No, we'll have to grab it with the telehandler again. So we'll grab the Merge Max, sell that. Again, this was very reasonable. That 14 meter, that is just an unbelievably good price for such a quite a large. Yeah, I think it's the Lely one that's a bit broken. It's a little bit. It's been broken ever since FS22. It's got like a weird animation. I don't think Giants have ever fixed it. Yeah, that's not bad actually. That's not bad at all. So I think we can do our plan of buying that forest section. I think in the winter we're going to have a bit of a dabble. No, that's not far enough. I should say that's not bad. Ooh, not bad at all. Fantastic. So then let's go through to the morning. Yeah, I did that because of the rain. I didn't want it to be as rain doing the... we'll leave it here. We will. We'll just do the buying and selling of anything that's necessary to sell. Beautiful Rabber, but we've definitely got enough tractors. Yeah, I do love it. It's a beautiful tractor. I've got it on quite a few Let's Plays because it's such a fantastic... I think this is the broken one. Now that, although not... It's still not a bad sort of thing to sell at 60 odd grand. So again, we will... And you know that is true. If we were saying 500,000 would be 50 grand, so that it's still in the range. So is that too. As is that. Fantastic. No, we'll leave it. Yeah, we'll do the selling, and then next session we will get on with the harvest of our one field. It's not going to take as long, is it really? Let's be honest. Yeah, definitely think we can afford the forest. The bottom forest section, so we can have a bit of a cut through just to refine our way to get to the it'll only really help me though, because the AI are not going to they're not going to pay any attention at all to that kind of shortcut, so it's not really going to be very useful for anybody other than myself. Oh, that's different. Yeah, we could sell the entire thing in one lump. Yeah, normally you can't do that. You have to sell it piece by piece. I like that. That's had an improvement. Or maybe it was a model that you just can only sell as one. Maybe. Yes, I didn't see an update for it, but I might be wrong. It wouldn't be the first time I've been wrong. No, that. My last thing. Yeah, so we really are nearly approaching 600 grand again. When we sold this. Sure if that's going to be in. It's going to be very close. I did think so. I've left myself a bit of a job really without leaving that in the way. Yes, the collisions I keep telling you all about. There's most models don't end at the actual. It's a habit of like most modders, including giants, to actually extrude a little bit, which I find a bit messy, but it's the way that it's done almost by every modder. Some mods are worse than they should be. There was a telehandler in FS25 that I had to take out of the game because it had really quite bad collisions, and you kept hitting things with like the imaginary you know, like the force field as I call them, which I think is not bad. I don't think we're going to get to that. We need to, yeah. I'm not sure this is it. Yeah, I've gone a bit messy with this. I don't think this is going to work very well. That might work. It may do. Only I've got me. Yeah, that's any trouble. It's when you've got your tension belts, because obviously it responds to your hands or you being close. So yeah, 577,756. So I think we are going to. Yes, I am right. I thought it would be. It's not going to take very long to harvest that. We only need one harvester, but really it's not going to take a long time. Everything else is coming along quite evenly as well. They're all pretty much of a muchness. We missed the boat for that, but this is the one we're going to buy. Yes. So that we're going to have a play with. We've also obviously got this bit around here as well, which we can do something with. And this is what I'm sort of thinking in this area here. I think it's more to the back. Is it? Is it? No, it's not. It's more. It's this one here. It is. Oh, it's both of them. We own all of that. Yeah, I think it was the other side that there was a bit of room that it sort of looked like you could actually put, let's say, the boarding factory. Not sure. Yeah, no, it's not very level, is it? But it could have been the other side. 7. It's quite a lot of room. Yeah, it is true. Yeah, this bit here. I think we could level from the top, make a bit of a platform, and take some of these down. I mean, they are perfect forestry, so they really should chip very well. And there's an awful lot of them, but if we're going to do that, I need to replant the trees. We'll have the hand plant saplings, and we'll do that. I think if we're going to do the boarding factory from the trees that we've actually got, we do own a lot. And also, we've obviously got what we just bought, this little lot here. I'm only planning on doing that really to make the route through, and it's sort of, you have got this sneaky way where you can cross over and go through there, but you can't do anything with it, so you have to come all the way back down here and then go all the way back up there. Well, if we could sneak up there, it will work. But it is what I said as well. It's a bit of a double whammy because of how horrible this field where it go, you can see it doubles back. It's like the angle of those, like it's like a wishbone. It's just too bad a severe an angle. The only way you can make that work is if we did sort of go own field 13 and we could sort of come across there, then it would actually work quite nicely. So yeah, I'm still debating whether or not we buy that as well. Let's have a look at the animals as we just depart. Yeah, still not particularly. Manure and slurry is going up a little bit. More slurry than manure. That's interesting. Maybe a different ratio for the pigs, but that's not too terrible. And they're now, yeah, halfway. It's amazing when you go through a few months like that. 7 months old. The little ones, they're not so little anymore. I mean, they're going to give birth soon. That's what I'm saying. Pigs are just amazing. Really. Quite phenomenal. So I'm really pleased with where we are. At 505,000. We bought that little bit of forest. So I think we will, the back end, we'll do a bit of chopping of the trees and put the boarding factory down, and we'll have found our second business. I don't want to go too silly either. I spoke about the road factory and all the rest of it, but I think we'll probably, is that? No, you can't see under it. Yeah, I think it's enough. I just think sometimes you can have too many irons in the fire, and I think then that's when I usually make a mistake and forget something, or because I'm actually juggling too many balls, and one invariably falls on the floor. So, yeah, I think with the pig business, I mean, all our crops are really to aid that particular business. I have got my corner silos in, so I think that's something we could probably just do now. And I think pretty much same place as, I suppose it is true, we do own this bit here. It's quite a big section of land, and it is sort of not that far away from all of these, although I suppose it is central, really would be this sort of area, and we've already got that there, so I don't think that's too terrible a thing. So do we need to go, I think we'll go one of the larger ones, but not huge. I don't think we need to do that. I think it is no, that's the, here we go. I think that's the standard, that's the 500. I'd like to go with the bigger one, which I think is 17,000 and odd. Large corner. It's got a lot of, there's a lot of storage in, is that the right one? Yeah, it is. It's taller. That's the only difference. It collides with player. Well, we're not going to put it where the player is. We're going to we can do, now remember it needs its, yeah, that's about right, and it does like it. I very rarely spawn the pallets, but it is nice to observe the fact in case you ever did need to actually do that. So let's just, let's paint a little bit, I think. As asphalt, let's just show the chevrons. That was definitely completely the wrong colour. Let's just, make this a bit of a... There we go, that's not too terrible. Right, so the pusher, as they call it, but I do like this one. This one's deliberately tight so that it can go, it's wide, deliberately narrow on purpose so that it does fit in spaces that all the silos couldn't possibly do. And it is, of course, a production silo, which is not in the game yet because they're broken a little, but I still do really like using it. Doesn't there's on Kinlake there's an issue, but I think that's the map, if I'm honest, because occasionally you get that glitch where it does make things increases things in the storage, but not very often. So it is a flaw, but it's a flaw in the game, and it's not one you can really do. And I really do like this. It's, yeah, I love using the production silos. I've done it ever since that, you know, well, yeah, quite early on in the game, actually. I was on Calmsden, as it was called at the time, before it changed its name to Oakbridge. Right, so then, yeah, we're going to leave it there. Next session, we should get our little tiny canola field sorted. And, yeah, we've now got the Royal Christie. So, yeah, all things considered, not too terrible. We could also stick a corner production silo over in the yard, I think, to compensate for the fact that the other one is broken for some reason. Whether it was me or not, I think we'll do that now. We'll put that in that area too. Another one of those. So we're going to be a little bit further down than we were. But I think the same size is probably, yeah, large corner production. Yeah, I'm just trying to cover the bush. We don't particularly care. Just want to hide that bush. Should be able to get away with, I think that's not too terrible. Of course, well, they're not too bad though. I think that's not too terrible. Let's go for the white. I really love these concrete pebbles. Let's just actually do that, I think. Yay, fantastic. So that we can now start to use. I think we've not got a lot of stuff inside in storage anyway. That is a point. Let's just visit. I'd like to call it. So this is the field one. So let's do the renamey thing. Let's call this the field silo. And then let's go to the other one. And let's call this the farm silo. Brilliant. Excellent. So there we go. Yeah, you can see what I mean. There's obviously it's sport you visit and you're like, it really does show you how the game works. Oh, yeah, the tree's coming through a little. Unfortunately, that didn't quite work as I planned, but yeah. So that's two of those down. Finally, they're back in the game, and yeah, we'll work with those. That's what I was trying to just show you, was just that I think we have got. No, the corn. Did we stick? I think we did. We might actually just buy 20,000 corn that we stuck in there, and so as we don't lose out on all of our graft, because we just can't get this out at the minute. It's true. It may be me that did this, and yet the pipes do suggest to me that they're supposed to come out this side, but I might be wrong. So we'll just ignore that. Yeah, there was one of the other maps that also had the same issue for a while, and I did exactly the same. I replaced it. I do realise though, for other people, that you can't just necessarily do that. It's not easy to knock up a production unless you like modding. So yeah, I mean, for me, I've got that option that I can sort of quietly. I made this not only a production silo, but one that's quite thin and narrow that can sort of fit into sort of quite petite places, as well as having monsters as well that can fit. You know, like they're huge. So we're doing very well. Yeah, so they're 50% reproduction. And they were the little ones that were small. These are 3-month-old now. That is amazing as well. And they're really... This is what I'm saying about pigs. Are absolutely amazing. Now, although obviously the food is not going down a lot, there comes a certain bit when you've got about 30 odd, you can see that you hardly feel the food go down, but you get to a certain amount and you really do feel the food starts to, I don't mean it's not like FS19 where but you can feel the difference. So yeah, I think what we'll do is when these give birth, we'll take the big ones like we did before and leave the little ones in there, almost like a nursery, and we'll take the big ones and we'll add those to the really big one, and that's going to seriously, you know, and then when this is getting quite full, I mean, yeah, I can't get over how big the area is on this that we've done. It's quite phenomenal. Yeah, 725, and it really isn't the actual enclosure itself. That's just how large I've done the actual enclosure, the pasture. Yeah, that's the word. Yeah, it's how big we've done the pasture. Why are we not having many pigs run around in here? Why? Oh, we have got some. One. You still got that bit of an issue with when things are on hills, how like the animals run into the ground. They still don't particularly like terrain that's like this, where it's uneven. So we seem to have a bit of a collection of the pigs, mainly in this bit, and that's down to giants, really, because yeah, it is. Yeah, for some reason they're not using the enclosure fully, but so yeah, so I'm not sure whether we do the sheep, although sheep are a bit the same. They're very easy to look after. Just be a matter of feeding them grass. It was more about the businesses. I was just wanting to see, because most farmers might dabble a little, but they don't go into like 9 million things. It gets complicated, and I just want it to be. I mean, yeah, we could just do the pig business, but I think the boarding factory goes well with the tree side of the business that we've actually seen. But I think, realistically, I think it'd be enough for a farm to actually do that, even with like farm, you know, your workers and all the rest of it. So we might do something with this. I'm just not sure what. We shall see. It may, I suppose. No, I'd like to see the boarding factory across the road. We did see, where we looked at this bit here, there's quite a lot of space there. We could put the boarding factory sort of there, really, and then like sort of do the chop. No, I'm looking at the wrong one. This one here, sorry. Yeah, this bit here where we were looking a minute ago. So I'm going to leave that to get that field done next session. These are, I say, the pigs are really coming into the road now. So we should, when that starts to sort of really get quite full, and that is quite a way off, at that point we'll look at how good the animals have got up to, like how much they're actually worth in the big one. So at the minute, they're worth 1,700. They've gone up another 300. So be interesting to see when they actually bottom out. You know, when is the best that they go up to. And then obviously, yeah, the 16-month-old ones, that's soon going to be at the point where they would be going older than they should be. I think it's 5 years. I don't know whether they die. I don't think the game actually does that, but it's true. I think 5 years as old. I've never got to that personally, but yeah, that's when you'd be like too old. Whereas 16 months, there's still plenty of life left in those. But if you were selling them, the market's a funny place. It expects them at a certain age maximum, and if they're any older than that, you start to lose cash. So again, I know this from like real life, as in like, yeah, it was explained to me, and I do know it works from other like rabbit businesses that we tried over the years. If you're sort of slightly outside of weight limits and the rest of it, that you get heavily penalised, pretty much to the point where it's not worth you doing it. So it's difficult to actually meet this criteria that you're given. So yeah, anyway, so down to 470,122. We've got a Royal Christie, so we can actually do some chippery, which is good. And the pig business is really almost ready, I think, to sort of start to earn some cash from it. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to let it expand a bit. As I said, the other one, when they give birth in a couple of months, we'll take the biggies and bring this. And then this one here is going to be getting quite big. Although, yeah, that's... it's still a couple of things over, but I think pigs are one of those things you can actually see the process enough, because unfortunately, the fact that obviously cows, it's quite a slow process. Oh, I must get rid of that. It is quite a slow process, so you can't always wait long enough, or the Let's Play runs out of time and speed before you would get to the point in real life where you would actually see that the growth, the natural growth, which is why I frequently buy like a herd bigger than I would do in real life, because I'd like to probably see growth. But pigs, because of the breeding cycle, and sheep, I find that you can sort of have those in a Let's Play and they grow quickly due to the fact that their breeding cycle is much sort of smaller than cows. So yeah, you can actually hang around and sort of do that. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. Yeah, so all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey, and I'm going to say goodbye for now.